San Antonio starts right now.
Hi, good morning. We made it to Tuesday. It is June 18th.
The main headline this morning is San Antonio and South Texas may be bracing for some heavy rainfall.
That's right. At least it's comfortable outside for now.
Yeah, and the temperatures won't be bad this week because we have the clouds and the rain, but we are watching very closely what's going on in the Gulf of Mexico. And I will say there are a few changes to the rainfall forecast, and we thought this may fluctuate a little bit. It always depends on the track these things take. But let's first start with what's going on locally right now. We've got some showers out there, and these are tracking out to the north and northwest. These are light, these are quick moving. We've seen these last couple of days, but expect a few raindrops here and there if you're going to be out and about. Grab the umbrella just in case. If you get stuck underneath these showers, they'll last about a minute or so and then move right along. We've got some more showers developing a little bit further off to the south and east too, closer to the coast. This will also move through the area a little bit later this morning. So about a 20% chance of rain today. Then we look down into the Gulf of Mexico. You see the swirl there. It's still somewhat disorganized, but winds are at 40 miles per hour now with this thing. Normally that would give it a name, but right now the hurricane center is holding off for whatever reason. Winds are at 40 miles per hour, still tropical depression, potential tropical cyclone, whatever you want to call it. The point is, this will develop into a tropical storm and then work its way west towards Mexico. By that point, which we think it'll make landfall sometime very early Thursday morning, winds will be at around 50 miles per hour. And you may be saying, well, that's well south of Texas. How is it going to impact us? Well, we're not going to see the direct effects, but this is going to sling some moisture in our direction. And for that reason, a flood watch has now been issued for San Antonio and points south and east from Wednesday morning through Thursday afternoon because we think there could be some spots with heavy rain. Now, you will notice this has adjusted a little bit, and we've adjusted the higher totals further south. We're still talking about maybe 2 to 4 inches here in San Antonio, with the coast looking at maybe 5 to 7 inches. As you get up into the hill country, I think these numbers will dwindle a little bit. And oftentimes with these tropical systems, what we see is a very hard cutoff where you get a ton of rain and then you go north and there's hardly any. That could be the situation here. There could be some haves and have-nots. But right now, we still think there will be some pockets of heavy rain here around San Antonio, and especially as you get south of town, Pleasanton, Cotulla, Beeville, those areas, and certainly around Corpus Christi. With this heavy rainfall. We're going to talk much more about this and the potential for rain as we get into Thursday as well, coming up in just a few minutes. Let's get over to RJ now. No rain on the roads yet, so are we seeing any issues?
Yeah, not yet, but we are anticipating, obviously, for things to get very busy over the next 48 hours or so. So we will continue to monitor the roads and also let you be aware of some high water areas that you need to also check on if you're about to hit the roads. Current conditions right now, I-10 at the Y, seeing a pretty good backup here. Remember, they did say they did an adjustment here with the access, the entrance ramp, San Sab entrance ramp, that has been closed. So now if you're driving in this area, you will have to enter through Camarón Street. So just keep that in mind if you're getting onto I-10 on the upper levels as they continue some of that bridge work there. We also want to let you know about a stalled vehicle that is right now on I-10 West and 35. So we are seeing some buildup there. That's our downtown at the Y traffic. If we get further up the road there, I-10 at Frio Street, seeing some pretty good backup there in the upper levels of I-10. Kind of an ongoing situation that we've been seeing there over the past couple of weeks and months or so. Let's take you out to the west side of town. We have a stalled vehicle, Loop 410 West, Highway 151. Our cameras there indicating that traffic is moving through the area. So good news for our drivers. If you're headed out any parts of 151 West past Loop 410, maybe headed out to SeaWorld today to go hang out with some of those folks out there in SeaWorld. And one more incident to let you know about right now. This is going to be in the northeast side of town with 410 westbound at Perrin Bidle Road. So very busy area right here, 410 backing up to 35. But traffic is slowly making its way through here if you're coming on the westbound lanes of 410 out there at Perrin Bidle Road. So we will continue to monitor the roads, give you more updates as we get them. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
RJ, thank you. We appreciate you, sir.
Here's today's 9 at 9.
President Biden is announcing 2 major immigration programs today. One is to protect spouses of U.S. citizens from deportation. The other is to make it easier for some migrants, including so-called dreamers, to get work visas. Biden has been under pressure from immigration advocates after his executive order went into effect last month, strictly limiting asylum requests on the southern border.
The Club Q shooter from 2022 is set to be sentenced on hate crime convictions today. Anderson Aldrich killed 5 people and injured 19 others when he opened fire at an LGBTQ nightclub in Colorado Springs 2 years ago. In January, he pled Guilty to 74 federal hate crime and gun charges, prosecutors did not pursue the death penalty. Regardless of the sentence, the 24-year-old will never get out of prison.
Today marks 1 year since the Titan submersible tragedy. The Titan suffered a catastrophic implosion en route to the wreckage of the Titanic last summer. The submersible's failure to resurface on June 18th sparked a massive international search that captured the world's attention for days. All 5 passengers on board the Titan were killed instantly. According to the U.S. Coast Guard, its investigation remains active.
Boeing CEO is testifying before Congress today, where he is expected to admit the company is far from perfect. Dave Calhoun will appear before a Senate subcommittee and address whistleblower complaints about the company's safety culture. This will be his first appearance before Congress since January's incident when a door plug blew off the side of a MAX 737 jet in mid-flight.
If you own a home, you've likely noticed the cost of living has spiked. A recent study by Bankrate.com found the cost of owning and maintaining a home has jumped 26% in the last 4 years. Even as inflation overall cooled slightly last month, home expenses continued to rise. The bad news is experts say these high home costs aren't likely to go away anytime soon.
Thousands of pet owners across the country are now being told their pet insurance policies are being dropped nationwide. The company is blaming the rising cost of veterinary care. The average cost for pet insurance is a little over $500 a month for dogs and around $30 a month for cats.
Just over a year after launching it, Apple is pulling the plug on its Buy Now, Pay Later service. As of yesterday, Apple stopped issuing loans through its Apple Pay Later. Current users can still manage loans through the Wallet app. Apple is shifting focus to new installment loan features that will roll out later this year.
The National Park Service is waiving entry fees at all national parks tomorrow in honor of Juneteenth. June 19th is a national holiday celebrating the end of slavery in the U.S. This year is the first time it will be a free entry day at U.S. national parks. Now, while entry will be free, fees will remain in effect for parking and activities like camping and fishing.
The Boston Celtics have won their 18th NBA championship, surpassing the Lakers for the most title wins in NBA history. The Celtics blew out the Dallas Mavericks last night, 106-88 in Game 5. Big performances from Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown helped Boston put the game away early, and Jaylen Brown was named MVP. And that's today's 9 at 9.
Hey, real quick, just wanted to correct my story there. It's not $500 a month for pet insurance. David almost had a heart attack. It's $50 a month.
$50 a month.
And so 50 for dogs, 30 for cats. Still cheaper for cats.
And maybe more for horses, David.
So,
well, yeah,
that is true.
Okay, in your morning headlines, an up-and-coming actor hits a podcast to explain how he went down and out. And the lead doctor in the country says it's time for warning labels on social media apps.
Plus, who are the best airline flyers in the country? David Sears is here with your morning headlines.
Don't you like that question?
Yeah.
That's one of those things where somebody had a whole lot of time on their hands, had nothing to do, got on the internet. Well, you know what? I'm going to do a little survey. And it makes no sense. But that's why we're bringing it to you, because it's that fun. We'll get to that in a second. Let's start with this. He was an up-and-coming movie star, actor, Armie Hammer, before he became the accused, trying to make a comeback and talking about allegations that put a different spotlight on him. After years of silence, he is talking for the first time about his life-changing and career-changing incidents along with denials. He has been accused of sexual misconduct by several women, even cannibalism, fantasies, and rape. This happening back in 2021. He was never charged with any crime, but 2 of his exes detailed the alleged abuses in a documentary. One of the stars of House of Hammer and The Lone Ranger, just to name a couple of his movies, talked about those accusations on a recent podcast, including the cannibalism and where he is now.
Where I was in my life before all of that stuff happened to me, I didn't feel good. I never felt satisfied. That's hilarious. Like, people called me a cannibal and everyone believed them. Whatever it was that people said, whatever it was that happened, I'm now at a place in my life where I'm grateful for every single bit of it.
Hammer says he is now sober after abusing drugs and alcohol. If you have ever seen a pack of cigarettes or a can of chewing tobacco, you have undoubtedly seen the warning from the Surgeon General that smoking and tobacco bad. Now the nation's top doc wants to put that same type of warning on social media apps. He says apps can be as dangerous for kids as tobacco, and he wants Congress to add warnings to those apps. There are many experts and studies that show social media can lead to depression, bullying, harassment, and even suicide in some young people.
This warning label is part of a broader strategy to help address the harms that we are seeing associated with social media for our kids.
Parents don't always know what's happening with their kids.
The Surgeon General has a strong suggestion for parents. Keep kids off of social media until they're in high school, and even then make sure they're mature enough to handle it. All right, we have hit the summer travel season, especially those who fly. A new survey has come out on how people in certain states act at airports and on airplanes. A survey by Solitaire Bliss looked at travel etiquette, like putting a bag in a seat while you're at a gate, talking really loud on your phone while you're at the gate, and then when you get on the plane, reclining your seat without warning to the person behind you. The worst folks when it comes to etiquette: Iowa, Illinois, Virginia, Texas, and Georgia. The most well-mannered: Arkansas, Wisconsin, Florida, and Ohio, and Kansas. This was a self-reported survey. All right, so I don't know. So if you get on a plane in San Antonio, and you fly to, let's say you're changing planes in Memphis. Okay. Well, how does that? I mean, if you're in Memphis and you put your bag in a seat next to you in the airport waiting on a flight, or you talking, does that count as Memphis? Does that count as bad Tennessee? Because you're in that state?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
It's just somebody didn't have nothing else to do.
These surveys throw kind of a wide web sometimes, right?
I think so. But yes, reclining seats without warning somebody, you ought to know somebody sitting in reclining seats, it could come back on you. So just be careful. And I always like the loud talkers on their phones because I like to hear what they're saying.
Oh my gosh, David.
I want to join in on their conversation.
It's a spectator sport.
You don't like her anymore? Come on, man. What's wrong with you guys? I love those loud conversations because they think they're really important people. Hey, my blah, 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 blah. And you're like, really? But anyway.
We got to fly with him sometime.
I was just going to say, that must be a lot of fun.
It's an absolute blast to fly with me.
All right.
So just don't take my seat next to me because I got my bag right there.
Gotcha.
Right. No, I don't do that. Don't do that.
David.
My wife's sitting next to me, so I can't.
Oh my gosh. In Dina, we trust.
Yeah.
Thank you, David. Right now, it is 9:10, 80 degrees. Dina's his wife. Coming up next on GMSA at 9.
Well, summer camp is a fun way to keep kids busy during the break from school. One camp at the Carver Community Cultural Center is helping kids learn about the theater industry. Now, Tiffany Huertas tells us more about that camp when we come back.
As we head to break, don't forget Peso Pluma is coming to San Antonio next month, and KSAT insiders are giving you a chance to win 4 tickets to the show. Scan the QR code for a chance to win, but you must be a KSAT insider.
So if you're not a KSAT insider, it is easy to register, and it's also free to do that. So you have until July 15th to enter that contest. You can read the official rules on our website, KSAT.com. So don't miss your chance to see Peso Pluma at the Frost Bank Center on July 27th. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. 9:14. A local theater camp is offering students hands-on activities that allows them to learn about the industry while collaborating and problem solving.
Our Tiffany Huertas takes us behind the scenes of the summer camp located on the east side of San Antonio, where kids are expressing their passion for the arts.
The summer theater camp at the Carver Community Cultural Center is underway. Kids are diving into acting, choreography, and even set design.
So when you get up here, make sure that we can hear you clearly.
Christopher Reese is helping students overcome stage fright, and he is encouraging them to think outside the box.
Who's going to be the brave soul who wants to go first?
As the director of this year's summer theater camp, Reese is challenging students to think critically and express themselves confidently.
You ready? So I see some really nice handwriting right there. Let's see what you got. All right. There's something in theater for everyone. You don't have to be an actor. You can be really interested in makeup, in costumes, in set construction.
Reese is also the theater director at Sam Houston High School. He says the camps here changed his life.
I came to this camp myself when I was a teenager.
About 50 kids are part of this experience, and scholarships are helping some students attend this camp.
I ended up winning the scholarship last year, so I got to come back for free a second year, and it's been really cool. There's a lot more text, which is awesome.
Jesse Sangster is learning the technical side of theater.
So there's so many pieces to a performance. What are you looking at?
So my job in this show, I'm lead audio. So I'm down in the booth, making sure everybody's mics work smoothly and everybody's volume is, good.
Students say the supportive environment is making them feel accepted and valued.
Yay! Fist bump. Good job.
It's a really good thing for our community because theater is just somewhere that you can go to be yourself. You can be free and you can be creative. You can use your imagination without the fear of being shut down.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Let's look out there with live cam. I had a chance to step outside, and it was actually very nice for a June morning.
Very nice. Okay. Well, you're right. And it is nice. We're going to see a nice week here, too, because we're going to have clouds and rain, at least for a couple days, and that's going to keep temperatures in check. As we look at Authority radar right now, we've got some showers that are beginning to work in from the coast. We're going to watch these. These are pretty light and quick moving, but we are seeing those around Yorktown and Kennedy. And in theory, these could work their way up towards San Antonio. And then here around the city, we are seeing these light sprinkly showers that have developed in western parts of Bexar County and then eastern parts of Medina County. Nothing that's going to put down a lot of rain. On top of all of that, we've got some storms coming in from the west, too. I'm going to switch radar sites here so we can get a little better look at these that are coming in around Del Rio and Valverde County. Areas that need the rain, Lake Amistad certainly needs some rain, and they're getting a little bit right now. Some of the storms there, and even a few lightning strikes with this activity. So there's some out there. I think rain chances today are about 20%, but they will pick up tomorrow, as we've been talking about. So here's the latest on what is a potential tropical cyclone, as they're calling it, but this is probably soon to be a tropical storm. Alberto, still pretty broad here, the circulation. There's no real good center of circulation, but as we get the 7 a.m. advisory, winds are at 40 miles per hour, and this is forecast to take a turn to the west and then move towards Mexico, potentially making landfall very early Thursday morning with winds close to 50 miles per hour. So low end tropical storm, but I think the bigger story with this is going to be the rainfall, and already has across parts of Central America and Mexico, but it's going to throw some deep moisture up in our direction. And right now we're thinking maybe 2 to 4 inches on average around San Antonio. And I know those numbers are down a little bit. We've adjusted them down a little bit because some of the computer models are taking heavier rain south. And this is something that happens with these tropical systems. It all depends on exactly where they make landfall, but it will kind of adjust back and forth. And I think this is the latest thinking here. You'll see a pretty sharp cutoff, I think, between good heavy rain and not much rain at all as you get up in central Texas. And then the further south you go, the bigger the numbers will be. The rain starts midday Wednesday and ends Thursday. I think the heaviest of the rain, though, will be Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday night. So that's kind of the time frame we're looking at here, and that's when we have our flood watch in effect. Wednesday morning through Thursday afternoon. And this includes the I-10 corridor and then down towards Laredo. So basically San Antonio and to the south and east is where we think some of the heaviest rain will be, and we've got to watch for a little bit of flooding because this rain will come down very heavy. We do have 70% chance of rain on Wednesday. I adjusted rain chances down just a little bit on Thursday because we'll be on the backside of this. So it looks like Wednesday is kind of our day. If we're going to get some heavy rain, that's when it will be. 81 right now, 82 in New Braunfels. Mostly cloudy, 70s for Bernie and Kerrville. And our forecast today, just a 20% chance of rain. 86 noontime, we'll be up around 93. Heat index will be in the upper 90s. And a 20% chance of rain going into this evening. And then we'll start to bump those rain chances up as we get into tomorrow. Very quickly, here's the futurecast. And it does show that rain rotating in. And this is around tomorrow afternoon. You see some of those heavier showers and storms that work through, and then by Thursday we're left with just some scattered showers here and there. This is Thursday at 5 o'clock, and I know that kind of sped by, but you get the general idea that we'll get some of that heavier rain probably midday tomorrow through tomorrow night. So 70% chance tomorrow, 82, 86 Thursday. just 40% chance of rain. Then we bring rain chances down Friday into Saturday, and temperatures warm up from there. We'll be here tomorrow should any flooding occur, and we'll pass it along to you in many different ways. So yeah, we'll keep you up to date.
All right, we'll watch out for it. Thank you, Justin.
Yep.
Time now is 9:21, 80 degrees.
Well, Grizzly murder case goes to trial starting today. When we come back, Erica Hernandez gives us a recap of the case as opening arguments begin.
A local trial centered on some gruesome allegations is beginning this morning.
Andres Darnava is charged with shooting, dismembering, and burning the remains of a San Antonio woman.
Erica Hernandez gives us a recap on this case and what we can expect to hear during testimony.
Marisol Klingelhofer was only 49 when her life was brutally cut short. On May 7, 2021, Marisol was reported missing by her family, who had last saw her on April 26.
I was praying, God, let me be wrong, and I hope she's somewhere in the hospital.
As investigators searched for Marisol, several witnesses helped lead them to this man, Andres Darnava. According to an arrest affidavit, Darnava confessed to having killed Marisol. He told them that he not only shot her, but dismembered her and burned her remains in barrels. Those barrels found on a property in Atascosa County. The reason he gave police as to why he killed the woman he once dated was because Marisol allegedly stole items from him that belonged to his late father. Darnava, who has a criminal background, was then arrested and charged with murder at the end of May in 2021.
Jumping ahead to February of this year, and that confession video, the subject of a hearing, his attorneys saying that he didn't voluntarily confess, and then parts of that video shown in the hearing.
She took one thing of my father that I truly wanted to keep.
A judge later denying the motion to suppress the confession as it will be entered into trial and shown to a jury. A key piece of evidence for the state to possibly secure a conviction.
That was Erica Hernandez reporting, and Erica will be following this trial for us. We are live streaming it beginning to end. You can watch it live on KSAT.com, KSAT Plus, or our YouTube channel.
Well, if found guilty, Darnava could spend the rest of his life behind bars. Erica will have a recap of day one on our later newscast.
9:26, 81 degrees. There is a lot more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Including how a couple's feud over dividing up their assets during their divorce led to harassment. KSAT investigates what happened when the case went to trial and why the district attorney's office is now taking a critical look at it.
And before that, we're talking about Medina Lake drying up, dry as a bone, and how that's affecting the area's real estate market. It's a crisis happening as we speak. I don't know if we've ever seen it like this. Historic lows from Medina Lake. The man-made reservoir outside San Antonio is drying up.
And water data for Texas reported last night that Medina Lake was only 2.4% full. Our Avery Everett traveled out there and spoke with realtors who say the water levels are having an impact on the real estate market.
It's starting to become a common sight out near Medina Lake, a dock in completely dry land. And there are dozens of others out here just like it. You have to remember, Medina Lake is only just more than 2% full, and it's starting to completely shift property values and the real estate market out here. Realtors I spoke with say that this is a buyer's market because sellers are waiting until the water levels come back to really put some of these properties out for sale. We already have a full story listing out other concerns when it comes to the drought and low water levels out here on Medina Lake on KSAT.com.
Look out there with live cam. The sun is peeking through, but I do appreciate the clouds hanging out for as long as they have.
Yeah, it's nice. And you can kind of see the clouds are puffy, and they'll take up some area in the sky today, and I think block out the sun, and it will keep temperatures maybe from getting completely out of control. Then by tomorrow, with a lot of clouds and rain in the forecast, will really keep temperatures down. Let's get back to the radar. I want to show you these showers that continue to track off to the north and west. We're seeing a few of those here around San Antonio, so you're going to see some sprinkles, and then we've got some showers trying to move in from the south and east as well. Nothing that's very heavy, but it may interrupt your plans from time to time today. Here's a look at the futurecast. So by 5 o'clock this afternoon, just a couple showers, but we're starting to see that heavier rain approach the coast. And then as we get into tomorrow morning, it'll be on our doorstep, and by midday, it's starting to move in. This is where you're going to get some of that really heavy rain, especially along the coastal counties. But by 2 o'clock, getting heavier here in San Antonio, and we'll continue to see some of that feed in by the afternoon and evening hours before it starts to shift west early on Thursday. We'll still see some scattered showers on Thursday, but the really heavy stuff, I think, if we're going to get it, it's going to be tomorrow. With that in mind, we have had rain as of late, with more on the way. Know that molds will be elevated today. They did fall down into the low category, 460, but I suspect those numbers will be jumping up. We're going to take another look at that potential tropical storm down there in the Gulf of Mexico. That's coming up in just a couple minutes. Guys.
Thank you, Justin. Well, a San Antonio woman blames the Bexar County District Attorney's Office for failing to get a conviction in a harassment case against her ex-husband.
Juan Hernandez Barrios was cleared of criminal wrongdoing this spring, even though audio recordings emerged of him making sexually graphic comments about her children and saying he wanted her soul.
I want your dad. I want everything. I want everything of you.
The justice system does not protect victims, not in this city.
Well, KSAT investigates what happened when it came time for trial. However, we do want to warn you this story includes audio recordings that may not be suitable for all viewers.
Dr. Melissa Graham says she first decided to report her then estranged husband to San Antonio police in the spring of 2022. He had called her, according to SAPD records, 30 times in the middle of the night, then activated the couple's robotic vacuum and made comments that frightened her and her children. It was the first of 5 times in 21 months Graham reported Juan Hernandez Barrios to police, including this May 2023 incident. While an SAPD officer stayed outside, Hernandez Barrios was supposed to inventory the home. Instead, according to police, he defecated in a toilet without flushing, urinated in a toilet without flushing, and on the floor, and rummaged through items throughout the residence. Last August, as the couple continued to feud over who should be awarded their home, Hernandez Barrios called Graham.
The house is not your house.
It is.
Try me. Try me.
Graham told KSAT she had had enough and decided to record her soon-to-be ex.
It just progressively, escalated, screaming, obscenities, talking, sexually about my daughter. It was terrible.
The call, at times, is difficult to listen to.
Something like that. Your son is gonna get your son is gonna become gay. You get I want your soul. I want your kids. I want your soul. I want everything of you. You! Damn! Everything! You!
Within days, investigators issued a warrant for Hernandez Barrios' arrest, charging him with harassment. He was taken into custody weeks later.
Graham previously worked as a staff psychologist for the San Antonio Police Department and then later the fire department. Despite spending her career counseling first responders, sometimes about their own domestic situations, Graham said nothing prepared her for what happened when her case went to court.
She says she didn't hear from the Bexar County District Attorney's Office for nearly 8 months before finally getting a call from a victim advocate on a Thursday night, advising her to be in court ready to testify the following Monday.
I finally met the prosecutor 5 minutes before I was to show up in court. He told me, just listen to the tapes on Sunday.
Things did not go well for Graham. Attorneys for Hernandez Barrios were able to get the recordings tossed out after the prosecution failed to include in the charging paperwork that he had threatened his then wife. The judge issued a directed verdict of not guilty. Graham says the trial was over almost just as soon as it began.
To put yourself out there and go after something that's right, even when it's painful, to make yourself vulnerable, it's really hard. And honestly, one of my first thoughts was, if this can happen to me, how many other women is it happening to? That their cases just don't get taken seriously.
In a statement, DA spokesman Pete Gallego told KSAT the office contacted Graham 3 times before trial, but that schedule demands kept prosecutors from meeting with her in person before the first trial setting, and that the main prosecutor assigned to it had reviewed all of the evidence. Quote, as with any trial proceeding, the ultimate result is out of our hands. Even so, we are taking a critical look at the history of this case and working to ensure that our work is thorough and diligent across our caseload so that victims' voices are heard. Graham called the statement, quote, BS. Apparently, they did not take it seriously, and the DA was competently inept, end quote. Graham said prosecutors should have made more effort to contact her ahead of trial to get her side of what happened, should have done more research into how to properly charge her ex, and should have pushed for the judge to listen to the recordings prior to her ruling on whether to toss them out.
Juan?
Yes, sir.
Hi. I'm Dylan with KSAT 12.
Reached at the home he once shared with Graham, Hernandez Barrios first closed the door on KSAT without commenting.
Can I leave my card?
He then came outside and spoke with us at length about beating the criminal case.
I told her, to off. I told her all these things I did.
Hernandez Barrios said he'd been drinking the night in question, and the call was the culmination of close to 2 years of pent-up frustration.
One phone call that I regret, and I apologize for the stuff that I said. I was intoxicated, but I didn't mean any harm.
For KSAT Investigates, I'm Dylan Collier.
Now, last November, a civil district court judge denied Graham's for a protective order against Hernandez Barrios. The denial came weeks after he was arrested in the case.
Although there were no domestic violence charges filed in this case, KSAT would like to remind you that we have gathered a significant list of resources and placed them on our domestic violence page. Help is available. You can find them by scanning that QR code on your screen.
Join us tomorrow for a special conversation about Social Security with AARP Texas. If Congress does nothing to sustain Social Security's funding, you may lose some of your benefits in the future. That's what this town hall is all about. Stephanie Jimenez is hosting the discussion tomorrow night, 7 o'clock on KSAT 12, KSAT's YouTube channel, KSAT.com, and of course, KSAT Plus. Even if you are not close to retirement age, this is an important conversation to be a part of.
Well, the time now is 9:39 and 81 degrees for now. We have more coming up on GMSA at 9.
Love them or hate them, the Boston Celtics have set a new record for the most NBA title wins ever. Coming up in minutes, David and RJ are going to go over Game 5 of the NBA Finals and what happened to the Dallas Mavericks. Welcome back. Just about 9:43. We're chatting with David Sears. We'll talk to him coming up.
Yeah, we'll talk to him a little bit.
He's an athlete.
Yes. All this time he's been telling me that he's a wrestler, not a runner. He's actually a runner.
You have to watch his replay on this Sunday night, right?
Sunday night, yeah.
Okay.
We look forward to it.
40-yard dash right now, parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go?
Yeah, let's go.
I'm ready.
You'd probably beat me, actually. Anyway.
Bring your sundial.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
We have to dodge a few showers if we go out there because we are seeing some activity on the radar. This is all pretty light, but it's been pretty consistent this morning. Everything's moving off to the north and west. And you may see a rumble of thunder, especially if you're out west. But all in all, this is just shower activity. And we'll go ahead and put this into motion for you. Get that off. Well, it doesn't want to work. Radar. We want radar. There we go. And we'll put it in a 1 hour loop here. And you can see showers are moving off to the north and west, as I said. And there's a little bit of a line back here around Kennedy moving up into Wilson County that may give you a few showers there. And then also we have those showers and actually a few thunderstorms out west in Valverde County. With that being said, lightning strike count is really starting to go down now. So these storms are weakening. Not before bringing a little bit of rain to the west side of Del Rio there around Lake Amistad. Let's look at the tropics once again. And we're going to keep a close eye on this pretty much hour by hour today because this could become a tropical storm at any point. Right now, just technically a tropical depression, but winds are starting to get up there at 40 miles per hour, which in most cases would constitute a tropical storm, but in this case, you're still calling it a potential tropical cyclone. Either way, we're not going to get caught up in the naming here. It will be a tropical storm when it makes landfall Thursday morning, early Thursday morning, with winds at 50 miles per hour. What this is going to do, now this makes landfall in Mexico. I mean, Brownsville's right here, so this is well south of us, but it is going to throw tropical moisture up in our direction. And As we get into the afternoon, just a couple spotty showers by tomorrow morning. This wave of rain is starting to work its way inland, so places like Victoria start to see the rain first, and then by midday, this is starting to spread towards San Antonio with some pockets of heavy rain along the way. Then as we get into, say, the afternoon, you're still seeing these pockets of heavy rain getting a little heavier in San Antonio, and this continues probably through the evening rush hour. This is where we could pick up some pretty good rainfall totals. It's not that we're going to see severe thunderstorms or anything like that, but these downpours will be very efficient rain producers because there's just a ton of moisture all the way up through the atmosphere, and they're going to put down some good rain. By the time we get into Thursday morning, a lot of the heavy stuff's moving west, but Thursday afternoon we'll still see some of these scattered showers, which will contain some good heavy rain in spots. Right now we're thinking 2 to 4 inches, and I know that's down a little bit from what we were talking about yesterday. We've shifted kind of the heaviest of the rain south just based on the current track, but you're still going to get a ton of rain. Corpus Christi, Rockport, Port A, Bevo, Victoria, maybe 4 to 5 inches. Pleasanton, over to say Howattsville, 2 to 4. I think here around San Antonio, probably around 2 to 4, and then you get into some lower numbers as you get up into the hill country. But everyone has the potential to at least see something, and it could be pretty good rain, and almost too much in some spots. Flood alerts are out. This does include San Antonio, and this is going to go Wednesday morning through Thursday afternoon for the counties you see shaded in green. Very quickly, right now, 81 in San Antonio, 82 in New Braunfels, where we end up, 93 this afternoon. Not too bad, but it will be very humid. Heat index values will be in the upper 90s. 82 tomorrow, 70% chance of rain. We brought rain chances down just a little bit on Thursday. There'll just be some passing downpours here and there, and then lower rain chances yet on Friday before rain chances fall off this weekend and temperatures go up into the 90s. Guys.
Boston Celtics are NBA champions after a big win last night to wrap up the finals against Dallas.
David and RJ back to break down title number 18 for Boston and former Spur Derek White's first NBA title. So the gold tab on the back of the Celtics jersey will now have the Larry O'Brien trophy and 18 on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
David, we're only 13 behind here in San Antonio.
We got this.
Yeah, but we started later.
That's true. That's true. And we have Wemby for the future.
Yeah, so we may.
Hopefully we can make some ground there.
We may make up some ground. First off, congratulations to Derek White.
Absolutely.
I mean, very happy to see him. Yeah.
I was
very
looking
humble, selfless player who obviously learned a lot here in San Antonio.
When he was here in San Antonio, he went to the playoffs. Obviously, they didn't win the championship when he was here, so he had some playoff experience. But man, you talk about a kid that has grown up on the court. To watch him play, to watch him run the point, to watch him get rebounds, to watch him shoot threes. He made 4 baskets last night, and they were all 3-pointers.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was huge. To watch him face plant, which we'll show that.
That had to hurt.
Still doing that.
Checking to see if he still had his teeth. It's like, so, so they beat the Mavericks. I was asked if I would be rooting for the Mavericks because they are from Texas. Nope. And my one-word answer was no. And my longer answer was no, Mark Cuban is still associated with the Mavericks. For that reason, I'm out.
Yes, thank you very much. Look, Spurs fans.
Do you know what that is? For that reason, I'm out.
Shark Tank.
Oh, Shark Tank. There we go. Nice.
Wow. Do I have to explain?
Very nice. Dave, I said the same thing, David. I was like, look, if you're a Spurs fan, no, this is misery for the Mavericks. We want to see this. I was glad to see Dallas get blown out. Actually, I did want it more competitive. David, I saw your athleticism, your skills in that instant replay reel that we did. Oh. You could have done better against Boston last night.
Wow, because I couldn't shoot.
I saw the wheels you got there.
Yeah, I got it.
That 40-yard dash that you did.
I've worn out some tires now, man. But anyway, but thank you.
Yes. Boston, basically, David, from tip-off to the final buzzer here, just basically took advantage of this one. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, big games there. We see that Boston wins this one. What was it, 106-88?
It's like, why did they lose game 4 and have to come back because they wanted to win it in Boston? They just got blown out in game 4.
There's obviously that theory, and then you're wondering, I mean, Dallas just didn't bother to even show up yesterday. Maybe they were like, we avoid being swept. Yeah. So at this point, let's just call it a season.
Are we going to show that Derek White?
Let's show it right now. Yes, Derek White. So
he's chasing a loose ball like Derek White does. Watch this. Bam! That guy lands right on his head. His teeth hit the floor.
No, Derek.
He got up.
Yeah.
You know how bad
chipped a couple teeth?
Yeah, you know how bad the blood was. They gave him the big towel. Watch the guy hand him a towel. It's like, that's the big towel. That's not even like one of those little hand towels.
There it is.
Wow.
That's all right.
That's all right. You can kiss the O'Brien Trophy with that mouth, and you'll be fine. It's all good. Leave those teeth marks on there.
And David, he did say after the championship was won, post-game celebration, he said, "I'd lose all my teeth for a championship."
Exactly.
So that's just the type of player that we saw Derek White early on when he was a rookie here and become there for the Boston Celtics.
What a great looking
Very happy
smile,
for
though.
Derek, yes.
Wait, was he playing for the Boston Bruins or for the Boston Celtics?
Right?
A little hockey.
Hockey,
yeah.
No, that's great stuff. Congratulations to him. So let's move on now. So they won the championship.
Yes.
They got a trophy. That's like 150 of those things for them. They're going to hang another. They got to build some more rafters so they can hang more banners.
Can we get Derek back?
We had that discussion a while ago.
It's a newsroom conversation.
They're going to have to pay Brown and Tatum.
Jaylen Brown MVP.
And Holiday. They're going to end up having to come up with some money at some point with these guys. So the next question is, will they have any money left over for
Derek White? Did some crack research. So Derek White has one more year left on his current deal, $20 million a year. Pretty good price there. So I can absolutely see Derek coming back. He already won a championship. Got that pedigree. Kind of help with this Spurs culture, this new Spurs culture.
And we're going to be talking, the draft is next week, so we're going to talk about a lot of different scenarios. I mean, you're reading them. The more social media gets out there, the more stuff you read and you go, huh?
Yeah.
We needed the Mavs just to lose, get out of the way,
what?
so we could get on with the Spurs offseason. That's
nice.
really what this is all about.
Yeah. So poor Mavericks. Sorry, Mark.
Poor Cuban.
Poor Mavericks. Mark Cuban.
Yeah, not Mark Austin.
You didn't say anything bad about the San Antonio River. He did.
That was it. 9:51, 82 degrees.
We'll be right back.
Tomorrow is Juneteenth, and there's going to be some city closures we want to let you know about.
So most city municipal offices will be closed, mental health clinics and offices, animal care center, adoption centers, and all library locations will also be closed. However, public safety and emergency services will remain in operation.
You can see the full list of closures in the city right now over at KSAT.com. Just look for this article. We will be here on GMSA.
So got there with Zoo Cam, Flamingo Cam, and it's actually very comfortable right now. I mean, I think it's a great day to go to the zoo. Just, take that umbrella just in case.
Well, remember, they're open tomorrow, too.
Yes, that's right. Rain or shine.
I think the flamingos like the rain.
I would think so.
I think they do.
It's like water off a flamingo's back?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
I mean, they live in Florida, right? It rains there all the time.
Right, like all the time, like almost every afternoon, right?
Exactly. 70% chance of rain tomorrow. So if you are going to the zoo, grab an umbrella and know that there's going to be some pockets of heavy rain passing through tomorrow, especially tomorrow afternoon. 82, 86 Thursday, more scattered stuff on Thursday as opposed to kind of the more steady rain tomorrow. And then 89 Friday, we're back in the 90s this weekend. We'll be watching tomorrow very closely. I think we could see some spots with some pretty good rain, especially south of San Antonio.
All right, we will watch out for it. Thank you, Justin. Thanks for joining us.
Have a good day, everyone.